Hey everyone, we're Tom and Bunny, and we have just received an email from somebody that wants to know what we look for when we go to an actual consensual non-monogamy lifestyle swingers club. Did I get that right?
You did.
I got that right.
There's so many different styles now.
There's so many. A libertarian, I just saw that today. A libertarian club.
Libertine.
A libertine club. What? Something. I mean, come on, stop coining new names. Just swingers club. All right, so.
You're just old.
I am old. No, actually, I found out the reason why they are saying the different things is they're trying to stay YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all those friendly.
Yes.
So they're not using the word swinger or anything. So they're using words that won't trigger the offensive.
Yes.
Okay, so that's more, I thought it was just the younger generation, or we did, but no, it's just they're a little bit smarter than
us old people.
All right, so one of the reasons why we got the email was because we travel all over the nation, we go to clubs, and we do video tours of the clubs. Now, there is a misconception. A lot of people, when they talk to us, they say, hey, when you reviewed this club, or when are you going to review this club or that club? Putting it out there, we don't review anything. We don't believe reviews are a positive to anybody, especially the club.
Right.
Are you, the people? Our opinion doesn't mean squat. It really doesn't. It means something to us, but we are just telling you what works for us. And if it works for you, great. If not, great. It doesn't hurt to hear another opinion.
Right. Because what we like, you may not.
Right.
And what you may like, we may not.
Exactly.
So
we don't like seafood, so we're not going to recommend a seafood restaurant.
So it's to each their own. We just give you an opportunity to see the club before you even go out there.
My best analogy, I was giving it to Bunny earlier. How many times have you not gone to see a movie because the reviews were just slaughtering it, and then you see the movie and you thought it was the funniest movie in the world?
Yeah.
And you think, why did I listen to the reviews? So we implore you, don't listen to anybody's review.
Yeah, I actually got a phone call on that the other day too.
Did you?
Yes. Somebody called me and they said that they hadn't been to a club because they looked on Yelp and it had a bad review. I'm like, why are you letting one person's bad review of maybe they just had a bad night?
Right.
Stop you from going.
Yep. So everyone has an opinion, and most people vocalize their negative opinions as opposed to telling you what they liked about something. So we want to put it straight up there. When we go to a club, we only put clubs that we actually enjoy going to on our website. We would not put something up there that we didn't personally recommend.
No.
All right, so with that said, we get everything from just general clubs to 5-star clubs and everything in between. And me and Bunny, we like everything from the regular, we actually prefer just general clubs.
Yeah.
Meaning they're not trying to be the 5-star resort of clubs.
Just everyday wholesome people.
Right. So when we do the club videos, understand we got put on blast a couple times saying, well, you only talk about stuff you like, you never say anything you don't like.
We're not going to.
We're not going to. It's up to you to figure out what you like and don't like. We're just telling you what kind of caught our eye while we were doing the tour or while we've been in the club. And we thought, hey, we're going to pass this on. But if there's something we didn't like, there's no reason for us to pass that on. Just because, I mean, literally, I was just talking to somebody, and I was telling them we're going to be going to a club, and the first reply I got back was all the negatives. And I'm like, what benefit are they giving me all the negatives?
Nothing.
Because while they might have had one bad experience and they've only been to that one club one time, that is the bad experience they're going to relay for the rest of their life instead of going back and giving second, third, or fourth chances, because each night is different.
And that's exactly what we tell you guys. Go multiple times. Try it multiple times. There might be something that will click one time and you just absolutely fall in love with the place.
Right.
So you're only hurting yourself if you don't try something out more than once.
So we just got this email. We haven't even discussed it at
Nope.
all. So we're just gonna kind of bounce things off. And again, we don't script anything. Sometimes you'll see us with a piece of paper. It's only because we write down the topic. We don't write down what we're gonna say. It just reminds us to bring that up. We don't have none of that to go off of. So with that said, watch all of our club tours. Definitely patronage all the clubs. Give them a shot. And don't give them a shot once. Give them a shot each night they're open, because while you may hate one night because it's too slow for you, you may love another night because it's packed, and vice versa. Some people don't like big crowds and they prefer a slower night. So
Yes, you got that right.
all right, so I think I kind of go back and forth. What do you think?
I think so. I think
All
we
right,
should
so
go.
that's the easiest, because while you're talking, I can think of what I prefer. All right, so what we look for in a club. One thing I would say is location. How far is that club from us? Now, for us, it's a little bit different. But if we were in your shoes and we didn't travel the whole country and we weren't specifically going to a club, we are going to try to go to a club that's within driving range. Now, we have within distance 4 clubs of us that we know of where we could drive 4.5 hours one way, 6 hours another way, 2 hours another way, and like 3.5 hours another way. On my birthday, to give you an example, Bunny says, hey, do you want to go to this club? Now, she could have chosen any of the 4, but she chose the one that was the furthest away. And I said, absolutely, let's go. So to us, whoa, falling back. So to us, no, I haven't been drinking. Don't be commenting on that. It's not so much of a drive. We actually love that club. We like the people. So to us, it was well worth going. And it was really worth going if the couples watching this that know who we're talking about. That made my birthday a great night.
Right. The other thing too with location is like Tom and I, if you have to drive a certain amount of distance, or even if you just don't want to, and you should not drink and drive, anywhere that has a hotel that's close.
Yes, and reasonably priced. You got to understand, I'm talking over Bunny. Some people say I talk too much.
Duh.
I'm just going to add from my point, and I'll let Bunny finish. I don't need to stay in a 5-star hotel, because by the time we leave that club at 2 in the morning and we're leaving the hotel at 8 or 9 in the morning to go home, I'm not going to go spend $300-400 when I can. I'm not talking Motel 6 down the road. I'm just saying we look for something about middle ground.
Yeah, we don't like rooms that you have to go in from the outside.
Right,
We
we'd
definitely
rather
want a
walk through a
hotel.
hotel.
But definitely, yes, something we tend to choose something that we can go to a hotel and pick up an Uber and drive over. That way, there's no drinking and driving, and you're not risking anything. And you also have a little privacy if you want to bring somebody back.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if it's within close distance. So that would go into Uber. Do you
Yes.
drive to the hotel, or can you Uber? Some areas don't offer Uber after a certain hour. Some don't even have an Uber in the locations.
Right.
So you either have to get a ride with the drunk person from the club, or
Which we don't
someone
recommend
who
here.
you hope isn't drunk, or there might be a designated driver.
Yes.
Talk to the club. Some clubs, like Club FA in California, they actually have a shuttle service to a resort, and the resort that they own. So, and it's free. So you don't drink and drive, and staying at their resort is fairly inexpensive.
Yep.
That's just an example. I'm not promoting anything.
No.
This video is not about promoting any one club.
Just examples.
Examples. Now, one of the things that we look for is the level of music. You know, we've been in the nightclub, swing club industry for almost 20 years, and now we work for an adult lifestyle travel. One thing that we did at our club is we paid attention. We knew that those couples were there not for the music experience or the nightclub experience, but for the people meeting experience. So I would train my DJs to every hour leave that DJ booth, come out to the middle of the dance floor, and listen to the level he's actually playing, because I'm going to say it, they're stupid booth monitors. While they work for them as a DJ and they're great, they don't give them a real perception of the real level that they're actually projecting out to the audience. This is 20 years experience here from the deaf guy. Now, I would also tell the DJ, look around. If people are in each other's face, they're whispering. They're not whispering. They're yelling. It looks like they're whispering from a DJ booth. Like, well, we're getting a little secret if you're, no, we're yelling to make sure each one of us can hear. The problem with these clubs is they want to act like they're these New York or Los Angeles nightclubs. They play the music flipping so loud that no one can hear each other. And our club, we monitor the level of music. We are getting 250 couples every Saturday, 200 couples on Friday. And we go to other clubs and they can't figure out why they can't get 20, 30, or 40 couples. And I try to tell them, well, couples come to meet couples. And of course, I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't own their club and they know their people. So therefore, they're going to play the music really loud.
Now, on that same subject, I like music I can dance to, which is more of your mainstream music, but like how the DJs mix it up. But I like techno late at night.
Right, when you're drunk.
When I'm drunk. I don't like it all night long. I don't like hardcore rap, and I don't like hard heavy metal music. Can't dance to it.
Right.
I'm on that dance floor to loosen up and have fun, and you bump and grind with other people, so therefore I like music to flow.
Right. Now, one of the things that we don't look at is we never look at a club's advertising. Every club would love to cater to the Playboy model.
Absolutely.
Fact is, there are a few clubs out there that actually do. They require people to email them a picture, their ages, they have age requirements, height, weight requirements, look requirement, everything. I purposely would never even apply to go to those clubs, whether we could go or not. I just don't want to be rejected. But we have gone to one of those clubs in a different capacity, not as patrons, and all we saw was a bunch of people standing around taking pictures, and that's about it. There was no real...
No, there was no vibe, no nothing. It was actually kind of boring.
Right.
We prefer going to clubs that have a little of everything.
Yep. And a lot of people are afraid to go to clubs because of their advertising. And we talk about it in a different video, but the advertising is just that, just advertising. You don't see a steakhouse advertising sirloin steaks. You see them advertising filet mignon. It's the same thing any club or resort's going to do. If you are overweight, you are short, you're tall, you're older, younger, whatever, there's going to be all those same people in every single club unless they specifically tell you that you got to meet certain requirements.
And they will.
And they will. Trust us, they will.
So for us, no, we don't prefer those type of clubs. We like you said, a little bit of everything. We like variety.
If you watch our videos, you'll understand. We are big on body confidence. And therefore, we do not patronage people that would make anyone feel inferior to them. More power to them, not our cup of tea. We would rather be with the regular folk like us.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Yes, completely.
Well, it does to you, but I'm asking them.
Well,
answer
They're
us.
not answering us. They're being quiet.
Yeah, make a comment. Oh, by the way, real quick, MILFman, if you're watching this, got a new jacket. First time on video. Ooh. He comments on my jackets.
Nice.
So I appreciate your comments.
Yes. He's kind of shrinking.
I am. So
some of them are in the back of the closet again.
I gotta get new jackets. So now what's the next thing on you?
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness. Especially bathrooms?
Especially, I have a bathroom fetish, yes.
Right.
Yes. No, definitely cleanliness, because if you... I'm just gonna say it right now. Yesterday we wanted a hamburger. We walked into McDonald's and having run a club for years, I looked around. I'm like, oh, it's so good. Good thing that I'm not a manager of this club, this restaurant, or the owner of this restaurant, because there'd be hell to pay.
Exactly.
So definitely cleanliness. When I walk into their front area, and if it looks dirty, I'm like, ugh.
That's a great example. One of the things that I look forward to is the host couples and the owners and the staff. If the host couples are not friendly and welcoming, the staff, the DJ, the owners, if they're all kind of in their own little party, and you walk in and pay your money, now they don't have to bend over backwards for you, but I do expect the staff to be pleasant, nice, see that I'm not meeting people, and maybe come over and offer some assistance. Matter of fact, just a hello from one of their staff would make me want to go back because at least somebody acknowledged me.
Yeah, the very, very first club that Tom and I ever went to, that happened to us.
Yes,
when we
never went back.
We never went back. And one of the reasons why we say we definitely want to go back, but no one ever came up to us, seeing how we were doing, and you could clearly see that we were the lone ones sitting at the table.
Now, the bad thing is, and it's not the bad thing, over the years of us being club managers and everything, we became friends with all the people that ran the first club that we went to. But the fact is it was our very first experience, and we sat on a table by ourselves. We were scared, we were intimidated, we didn't know anybody, and we try to relay to the clubs, definitely at least acknowledge your staff. I would have my host couples, after they gave you a great tour of our club, go up and look around. If you are brand new and you're talking to another couple, leave you alone. But if you are new, or even if you aren't so new and you're sitting by yourself, I would expect my host couples to just go over and acknowledge you and see if you're having a good time. If you're not, find out why. Offer to introduce people. That's all they need.
Now, you're not being a pimp, you're just offering to introduce. You're not trying to hook somebody up.
No, you're being a host.
You're being a host.
All right.
And a hostess.
A hostess.
And I honestly think that your club and your patrons, they feed off of you. So if you're not very friendly, if your staff isn't friendly, then your patrons aren't going to be either.
Right. So what's the next thing on you?
I'm gonna talk about playrooms.
Okay.
I like playroom attendants.
She went right for the...
I did. I like playroom attendants.
I like playroom attendants. They're fun to talk to.
They are fun to talk to.
They got great stories.
They do. I love to hear different stories, because one of the things people would always ask me is, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen? Well, please don't ask me that question, because I guarantee something else is going to top it.
We talk about doing a video about that, but we got to make it to where we're not talking smack. It's just humorous.
It's just
fun.
Things that have
All
happened.
fun.
Yes. So we really like them. I feel a sense of more security. So then that way you know that there's not going to be people wandering back there.
Right.
And you also know that it's clean.
Yes.
So you know that when somebody's done on that bed, that it's already been changed and ready for you.
Right.
Instead of you having to do it for yourself.
Right. Not all clubs change their sheets. Some don't have attendants. So basically you either have to change the sheets yourself, put towels down, or there's an attendant that will change your sheets. And there's one club that actually has a stack of sheets where when you're done, you're supposed to take your own sheets off and put new ones on so it's fresh for the new people. I don't know how well that plays out, because I prefer the attendant better.
And I did talk to that club owner, and they said that they tend to wash a heck of a lot more sheets than they should, because people don't trust it. They change them twice. Yeah.
And that's another thing. Another thing that I look for is their exposure on the internet, social media, website, and everything before I go, because that's going to tell me if I'm going to go to a club with a lot of people or a few people. If a club is very active in their promotions, you're going to a club, you go to a house party, there's typically 1 to 20 couples there. And I say 1 to 20 because you never know.
You never know.
You go to a club, you're looking at anywhere from 30 to 75 couples. Go to a club that, like what we ran, that was 10,000 square foot, you're looking at 150 to 250 couples. It's a numbers game. In the swinging lifestyle, you can make friends. You can make all the friends you want. But what we tell people is, even if you have gone to the club for years, make it a point to meet 3 couples you have never met before you go hang out with your friends, because you might be missing somebody or something.
Well, and then one of the other things, though, that we learned also, too, from all those years is our magic number was 20 couples.
Yep.
It didn't really have a party vibe or feel like a party vibe until you hit that 20 couple mark. And then at that point, it did a little bit fuller and people were mingling more.
Right.
Typically, when you only had 10 or 15 couples, people sat back by themselves and didn't want to approach anybody.
Correct. And that's the way it is at a lot of clubs. So,
So if you go on a Thursday or Friday night and there's not that many couples, try to get another night.
right. Your turn.
I decided.
Okay, so
Okay, no,
then she skipped.
Ah!
My next one would be food. We get hungry, and the club that we ran, the owner said, there's 2 reasons to keep people and food. If you have the people, they're going to come out to meet those people, and he's the one that taught me about keeping the level of music down. Some people say, oh, you're just old. No, it has nothing to do with old. It has something to do with, I want to be able to learn something about the couple that we're going to go play with. And I can't learn if we're screaming at each other. Too many times we leave clubs and our throats hurt and our voices are shot because we're screaming. Food. Nobody wants to starve. So there are clubs that offer food. There's clubs that do not offer food. Check with your local club before you go to find out if they offer food. If they don't offer food, no big deal. Bring something in your car so that way you got something to eat on the way home.
Yeah, because and if anything, just to get something into you, if you've been drinking, to sober up a little bit. That's one of the big things that we offered food all hours of the night. That way people could drink until a certain hour. They could eat some food, sober up, even lay down if they wanted to.
Right.
And sober up before they drove home.
Now it's your turn.
Now it's my turn. Now I just completely lost.
No.
I
was going to take another one.
I got a big one.
I got a laundry list of
I
things.
got a big one.
What's that?
I don't like clubs that allow smoking inside.
Okay, so
I prefer a non-smoking club.
For all you smokers, she didn't mean to offend you. We apologize. We didn't want to hurt your feelings. But no, I was a smoker. I was a smoker for years, 20-some years.
And you smoked in the house.
I smoked in the house, in the
car.
I didn't
everywhere.
give a crap.
No.
But I quit smoking, not because I wanted to. I actually enjoyed it, but for my health, and I do feel a lot better. And no, I prefer to be around non-smokers. We don't mind hanging out and socializing with smokers, especially quality smokers, meaning they know to smoke downwind from us. And when they're done smoking, they wash their hands and do breath mint or mouthwash, because now I know what they say when they say kissing a smoker is like kissing an ashtray.
But I just like the...
And she did one, she kissed an ashtray for 20-some years.
But I just like the freshness of a smell of a non-smoking club.
Okay, so...
It's my personal preference.
So non-smoking. All right, so now my next one would be appearance.
Yes.
We're not looking for Playboy models, but we are looking for couples that we're attracted to. How you see us on our videos, we project this. We could wear a t-shirt and jeans and flip-flops or whatever. We don't even have to comb our hair. But we purposely dress this way because we want to show you what lifestyle couples wear when they go out. Yes, they wear dresses like Bunny. Sometimes I'm a little over. A lot of people don't wear the coat. A lot of people do. But everyone wears a button-down shirt. We're in the South, so we're getting used to it, because in your more upscale clubs, they don't allow baseball caps. In the South, they allow baseball caps. We actually are not big fans of baseball caps. Would Bunny kick someone out of bed for wearing a baseball cap? No. But it's just, we want to hang out with people who present themselves as we are, so we have something more in common.
Right, and that goes according to my body confidence too. Like I've said before, I'm in this dress and I'm in my heels, even though they're shorter than what I normally wear. But when I'm in my heels, I feel 100% more. I can be in the same dress, my feet are hurting, I go put my flip-flops on, and the confidence level drops.
Right. So now, I am going to pause this camera for just a second because we only got so much time before it just stops and we talk for a half an hour without even recording. So give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back because we got more to talk about. Well, that didn't take long.
No, we're back.
Okay, we're back.
Now, from the alcoholic's perspective, I actually like it when you have when you have bartenders.
Yes.
There are still a few of them out there, not very many, that are not allowed to pour.
Right.
Some of your different clubs, they can't pour. They can do your bar service for you, but they can't pour your drinks. There's just something with me that I absolutely love somebody to pour my drink, even if it's my bottle.
Well, because it tastes different.
It does taste different.
It really does taste different.
We typically find that when we go to the different clubs that they can't provide bar service, we don't even drink.
We don't.
It doesn't taste the same. It's like when you for women, for men. When you cook for everybody and you cook for yourself, it tastes different than when somebody cooks for you.
Does.
So, it's just my preference.
Great point. Now, just to add on to that before I give my next, so she doesn't steal it from me. Buddy, we're not. We used to be the drunks in the club. Mm-hmm. We used to be the party animals.
We were.
And
we were the bad influences.
We were the bad influences. There is such thing as overindulging.
And we did.
Yeah. So, but over 20 some years, we've learned to control it and everything. Mm-hmm. So basically, we look at clubs that, on the drinking part, where the people just aren't so trash that they become annoying rather than attractive.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
That to us, having a great time is great. Being a sloppy, dramatic drunk is not a good time because somebody has to babysit. And guess what? I refuse to babysit even my best friend. And they say, well, that's messed up. No, they chose to get drunk. Mm-hmm. They could have chose not to get that drunk.
Yep.
So, another thing we look for when we go to clubs, I look at security. And I'll tell you why. Because, and this came from a couple, he's a big giant guy, and they came to our club. They weren't lifestyle, they weren't swingers, they weren't nothing. They were just very well to do, but he just looked huge. He was definitely a bodybuilder. And every time you go to a regular club, top 40 club or nightclub, mainstream club, he'd always get the drunk guy that wanted to get drunk, and that's the one that's going to try to start a fight with them in front of all of his friends to prove he's a man. So they came to our club because in the lifestyle clubs, people don't pick fights. Does it happen? Yes, it does. But rarely does it happen. I like to have security around because I don't want to get into a fight. I'm not a fighter. I'm not going to fight you. So if security can have my back and some drunk is taking offense because we don't want to talk to them, because you know what happens when someone's drunk and they say, you don't want to talk to me, now it becomes a drama scene. Now they want to get defensive or offensive and want to start a fight because you don't want nothing to do with them. It's nice to have security to come up and either ask the person to leave or make them leave or settle them down.
Yes.
And rather than the patrons.
Right.
The patrons should never ever have to be involved into an altercation.
Nope. All right, so mine, I'm going to go flow right into that. This is nothing to do with single men out there because we have no issues with single men. I actually like it when the clubs have some type of a little, not inauguration, where they want to sit you down and tell you about how it is to approach, what to expect. That way you don't have a bunch of people following behind you. We have been to clubs where you turn around and there's like 10 or 15 guys following you.
Right. I'll give you an example. And again, we're not pitching any club. There's a lot of clubs that do it. They have where you have to go to their club a day before they open or 2 hours before they open, and you got to sit through their spiel of what they expect of you as a couple to be a member, and what they don't want you to do, so that way they don't have to kick you out. Sapphire is probably one of the well-produced clubs on that. They actually have where all the guys come in at one day, and they sit them down, and it's like an hour to 2 hours, but they have the most well-to-do single men.
They do. They really do. And we've been to other clubs that do stuff like that, and it's absolutely amazing. It makes a world of difference. And single guys, if you're out there and you're watching, go back and watch some of our videos on how to approach people. Don't follow around. Don't be the lurker. That's what makes people uncomfortable.
Right. And going back in with the single male, we're not anti-single male at all. We actually promote single male awareness, and single males are needed in the swing lifestyle. There's many reasons why a single male is needed. Single men, you get upset because you have a bad rap. It's because of all your other counterparts have given you that bad rap. And you preach that you're the best single male out there. They all preach that, so therefore it kind of just levels out and it becomes just mute. We actually like clubs, and again, we're not advocating against single men, but we do like clubs that limit the number of single men to the party. So if there's 100 couples, they limit it to 10 single men or something. In other words, the single men should be almost invisible. Not saying you should be invisible, I'm just saying they should be blending in so well that you don't know that you're at a party that has single men, couples, single females. At our club, we allowed single females. We would get 10 to 20 a night, and a lot of people didn't know where they were because they would not want us to point them out, and we're like, no, because we don't want to ruin their night. If you find them, great. If you don't find them, sorry. But also on single men, a lot of the bad rep comes from the way they dress, the way they smell, the way they carry themselves. If you look like a thug, act like a thug, smell like a thug, you're probably a thug. And people go, I hate you when you use that word. It's just my word. Now, the single men who are very successful in the clubs, and I'm just kind of broaching on this, I'm going into left field a little bit, is when they approach us as a couple, they acknowledge me first, then they acknowledge Bunny, and they talk to us as a couple. The single men that come up to us and I'm invisible and they just look at Bunny as a piece of meat are invisible to us. We want nothing to do with them.
And watch, this is the look that I give. I'll look at Tom and he'll be like,
yep, nope. Because unless they're going to acknowledge me, there's, yep. I didn't bring her there for your enjoyment. We came for our enjoyment, and you just happen to be there.
Yes.
That's just
you may
our
be
philosophy.
An accessory for the night.
You might be an accessory, but depending on how you carry yourself, you may not.
Yeah.
And that's the way most couples are. And for all the couples that are anti-single male, we were one of those. And it was that one single male that came up there. He approached both of us. He acknowledged me. He complimented Bunny to me, complimented Bunny. He said what he had to say, and he says, I'm not going to mess around with you guys. I mean, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you feel pressured. I'll be over there. If you're at all interested, come over and talk to me. And he left. And that was all that we needed. And so, just as an example, hanging around a couple behind them, in front of them, trying to get an answer out of them right then is probably going to be a no.
Yep. Just keep moving on.
Okay, so you're up next.
That was mine. You just took it and ran with it.
Okay, sorry I went a little bit in the left field and everything. Another thing that I look for in a club is basically the quality of people. The last thing I want to do is I don't want to go to a club that is full of drama. If the club is, if you see it on social media, you see it at the club where it's just drama, 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 we're going to avoid that club like the plague because a couple reasons. We don't want to try to get pitted one against the other. We're going to support all of our friends regardless who is right, who is wrong. We just don't want to be part of it. And this is a lifestyle. This is fun for us. It's not a career. We're not getting paid. And friends come and go, especially lifestyle friends. So while you're friends with couple A today, in a year, they might not be in the lifestyle, you never see them again. So don't hinge all your friendship into one couple. Spread the wealth.
Right.
I just heard that term.
Oh, nice. One of the things that I don't like, and I will be adamant about it, I don't like a club where you go there and there's a lot of people on drugs.
I hate that.
No.
We're not at that level.
We're not at that level. And I just, even if I were drunk, they're at a completely different level than I'm at. And I just feel uncomfortable around it.
Right.
And I'm not saying that there's a lot of clubs out there that are like that. I'm not saying if there is one or two out there. But we have been in situations at different parties and different places, and I just don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it's too uncomfortable.
Correct.
And we were never pressured, but you can just tell.
Right. Another thing that I look for is how the club treats people. I am not a big fan of VIP anything. And this is just, there's a lot of clubs out there that have VIP. And that's great for them and everything. Just personally, I think it's like the Body Confidence or the Supermodel. You know, I truly believe that once you walk through the door, no one gives a crap if you're a doctor, lawyer, judge, mechanic, unemployed, anything. If you're a great human being, that's great. I don't like when clubs segregate.
Yeah.
And I'll call it segregation.
I was going to use that word.
And I think if I were to open a club again, there would be, the whole entire club would be open to everyone.
Everybody. Mm-hmm.
Now, I might close the back area off to single men. Unfortunately, a lot of single men like to grab and touch, but so do couples.
Right. And some women are worse than men.
Right. So, but I would rather get numbers in there than the money, because the money, as the owner of our club always said, get the numbers in there, the money will come. But try to go after the money, your numbers will go away.
Right. And on that same line, there are clubs out there that have 2 different play areas.
Correct. And that's perfectly okay. So at our club, we actually had a play area within a play area. The problem is all the couples had to walk through the single male area to get to the couples only area, and it was our biggest complaint.
Kind of did it backwards.
No, it was...
No, because we had started allowing single men long after the club had been open.
Right,
so
we didn't have a separate entrance.
Yes.
So that was the problem. That was probably our biggest complaint, was the way they were approached. Just, they couldn't even get from the locker to their play area, and they were with another couple going to go play, and they're just getting hounded because single men were standing back there by themselves. So I think the single men should stay up in the nightclub area and be invited to the play area. Which
is why, one, I like the backroom attendant or a locker room attendant.
Right. If we had if there was
a backroom attendant,
that was very observant, that would be great.
Yep.
So, as far as that goes,
I just like a club where I can go have fun.
Yeah, just
meet people,
go out and have fun.
And we go to all kinds of different types, and we have no favorites. We just like people. We like meeting people.
Right.
So that's basically it for us. If the club is going to offer us quality people to meet, then we're good.
Exactly.
And like Tom says, quality doesn't mean what type of a job you have. Quality means how well we can all relate.
Right. And that's just us to them, not them to anyone else.
Right. Like, I'm not going to go to, let's just say, a club in Beverly Hills that allows people that only make $1 million and think I'm going to fit in.
Why not?
So I'm going to go, and I'm going to just go and have a friend. Have fun wherever I go.
Have a friend?
Have a friend.
Have a friend.
I'm going to have a friend.
Okay. So now we always get messages from people saying, you should go to this club, you should go to that club. We don't do that. Typically the club owners contact us. So if you go to a club and you feel that our videos would benefit that club, our videos get viewed hundreds of thousands of times. They get shared.
We're finding them all over the place.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God, where'd these people pick up our videos at?
Right. And if you wonder why we have you're watching TomandBunny.com throughout our video, people were stealing our videos.
Yes.
And so therefore I was getting no branding back to our own website. So you see that pop up every few minutes. That's why. It's not to be annoying. It's just we're just protecting our work.
Yes.
Now, if you're a club and you would like us to come to your club, you can contact us on TomandBunny.com. We have a contact specifically for club owners. Tell us about your club. Tell us why it would be a benefit for us to go out there for you and us. And we will definitely work with you to see if we can get out there to do a video tour of your club.
Yeah, because like we said, we just we go through the club and we point out everything in the club. That way everybody's comfortable when they come for the first time.
Right, and it doesn't matter if you are a tiny 2,000 square foot club or a 25,000 square foot club. We treat all clubs equally because each club has all of its benefits.
And each club is completely different than the other.
Absolutely. So definitely, if you know of a club that can benefit from our videos, send them our way, and if you're a club owner, contact us. We will be more than happy to talk to you.
And typically we prefer to go to a club that we can go there a night before. That way we see how the club is in operation and we can look around and see how people are.
Actually, these people don't even realize it.
No.
Our club tours are, that you see that last 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, we're there 2 to 3 days. We get there a day so we can see that if we've never been to the club, we get there early so we can experience the club. Then we set up and we usually videotape an hour before they open.
Because we like it to be club ready.
Yeah, we don't want to make them come in the afternoon and turn on all the lights to turn them all off because we feel rushed. But if they turn on all the lights an hour before they open, then we actually hand our camera off to somebody, and that's why our tours are so unscripted, because even the camera guy has never held a camera in his life, and we're praying that we're in the shots.
Now maybe someday we can get big enough to where we can have an assistant.
Maybe. Someone want to be our assistant? We'll get you into a club somewhere. So anyway, that is what we look forward. That's what we look for when we go to clubs. We aren't pretentious. We don't like pretentious people. We prefer to be around just everyday Joe Blow, off the street people. We don't care about height, weight, age, or anything like that. We do have to have an attraction. Don't mistake it. Like we did say, we didn't care about age, and also we started getting emails from people. We were 40 at the time, 80-year-olds emailing us, and Bunny's like, "No, they got it. I mean, we got to have something in common."
But that's only if we're gonna play with that person.
Well, that's what we go to a club for.
Right, but I'm saying if we go out to a club and you want to come meet us, definitely come up and say hello.
Absolutely. So. Anyway, until next time, and this was a viewer email, so we actually got it just the other day. I printed it, I read it. I don't even think Bunny read it. It's probably still sitting on the printer. And yes, we do listen to you.
We certainly do.
All right, so until next time, definitely follow us on YouTube. That's youtube.com/Tom and Bunny. Twitter and Instagram, we are just skyrocketing on followers. Tom and Bunny on Twitter, and definitely go to our Facebook, Swing with Tom and Bunny.
And of course our own website, tomandbunny.com.
She cut me off. If you go to tomandbunny.com, all of our social media links are right there.
Yes.
So, until next time, thank you so much for your email. Thank you so much for watching us. We really do appreciate it.
And definitely find us when we're out there, so come up and say hello.
Absolutely.
Yes. Bye-bye. Good night.